This gentleman says, legend. First of all, I apologize to you and the community for calling you a liar last Monday. Look, man, again, I didn't take it anyway. I know, like I said, I tell you to go listen to other people. He says, I used inappropriate words. It won't happen again. It's true about the change to 24/5, and Swift is announcing instant settlement on it. The 28th will be a green day. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're not wrong. Like originally they were going to do 23/5. And when they put out the paper around that, it said still T+1 because they would have an hour to be able to reconcile. But if they're going to do 24/5 right off the jump, there's not any additional time in there. So in my mind, like I said on Monday, I would debate that you would need T+0 in order to be able to facilitate that time frame for trading every single week. So, and then Swift on top of that, right? So for both of them to be doing that on the same day, interesting. I believe that we would need a high price XRP before we got there. That is a Sunday. So, they would both be rolling that out Monday, but it would start with Japan's markets for Swift when the rising sun out there in the east. So we'll have to see 5:30, 6 o'clock come this Sunday where things are at. Like I've said before, could they kick the can? Sure. They've changed dates within a couple days on ISO implementation and other things as well. Do they push it into July? Potentially. I don't think they're going to. I really think they're probably going to stick with it this time. If, Ripple's announcement this evening is any inclination that Japan's ready, I think they're ready. We just need oversight from the OCC. Could that be a forced oversight that comes out upon a catalyst? Sure. A lot of people still believing that Clarity Act is going to have to be passed before we see anything. I don't think so. I'm still 95% that we don't get the Clarity Act passed before the August recess. Could it happen later this year with midterms? Still rough until after the election. Early 27 is kind of what I'm thinking for the Clarity Act. But again, I would love to be wrong more than, I was on Capitol Hill advocating for both the Genius Act and the Clarity Act the day that the Genius Act got passed and the day that the Clarity Act got passed by the House. So I want it just as bad as everybody else does. Actually, one of the things I'm going to be talking about tomorrow morning on the news. So we'll see if it ends up happening this year, but I'm not overly confident with the current circumstances that we're going to get there.